please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Well, let me make sure Mr. Rick's ready. Good? Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Get started at 6 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Michael Conchman.
Present.
Thomas Wood.
Is in the building.
Meg LaFave.
Here.
Charles Costick.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
Rick Collins.
And Barb will not be here this evening. Resolution 138, approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Be it resolved that the minutes of August 1st, 2019 be approved and the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Is there a motion? Caustic.
Second.
LaFave. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So does carry. Is there anything for public comment this evening? Seeing nothing for public comment, we'll move forward. Resolution 139, abstract A, 9A-19.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 9A-19, 1629 to 1756 for $970,702. And abstract 9A-19A, 255 to 278, prepays in the amount of $15,996,931.15 be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisors are hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Is there a motion?
So move.
Wood, is there a second?
Second.
Caustic, any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So does carry. Resolution 140, the reappointment of Brian M. Dowling as town assessor.
As resolution 10-360 was originally passed appointing Brian Dowling to fill the unexpired term of assessors for the town of Plattsburgh, followed by 13-263. And whereas sole appointment assessor appointments as prescribed in the real property tax law, section 310, shall be a 6-year term of office. Now therefore be resolved, the town board, town of Plattsburgh, does hereby appoint Brian M. Dowling as assessor for the town of Plattsburgh, effective October 1st, 2019, and ends September 30th, 2025, the term of office. And to be further resolved, the town board directs the town attorney on behalf of the town clerk to notify the state board within 15 days adoption of this resolution and term appointment of Mr. Dowling. And to be further resolved that Mr. Dowling take the oath of office within 30 days of this resolution, and a copy be given to Civil Service Finance Manager, and a copy be placed in Mr. Dowling's personnel file.
Is there a motion? Wood, is there a second?
Second.
Caustic, any discussion? I would like to provide one short statement. Brian and I did have a lengthy conversation about what the next term of service would look like for him, and we had a healthy conversation, and among that, his office is prepared to continue to advance some things that will include public education, particularly around such subject matters of STAR. There's been a lot of changes with that, so rolling out some opportunities to help educate the public on STAR, and also doing some things that will get to various pockets of our community, such as, he's done some trainings and some informational sessions with the Taxpayers Association in town, but he's also going to be reaching out to the Cliff Haven Homeowners Association, etc. And I just appreciate that he's going to be extending himself. And so, all right. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. So carried.
That doesn't need a roll call, does it?
We can do a roll call if you'd like one. Do you want a roll call, Tom?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Can you get a roll call, Rick?
Okay, Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Meg LaFave.
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Mike Conchman.
Yes, carries. Resolution 141, reappointment of Kevin Crosco to the Board of Assessment Review.
As Kevin Costco's appointment to the Board of Assessment Review will expire on September 30th, 2019, creating a vacancy on the board. Whereas Mr. Cosgrove is willing to continue to serve on the Board of Assessment Review. Now therefore be resolved, the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board does hereby reappoint Kevin Cosgrove, a resident of the Town of Plattsburgh, to the Board of Assessment Review for a term to expire September 30th, 2024. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the Board of Assessment Review Chairperson and Town Assessor.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
LaFave, is there a second? Wood, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so does carry.
Aye, sorry.
Resolution 142, Open Edge Services Agreement for Credit Card Payment for Utility Billing.
Whereas the residents of the Town of Plattsburgh are billed for water and wastewater utilities have expressed a desire to pay their bills using credit card, e-check, or automatic check withdrawal, ACH. And whereas the use of credit cards, e-check, and ACH offers a number of advantages over the traditional forms of payment, allowing town residents to receive a utility bill to make payments with the receiver of taxes for more options than they are currently have. And whereas the Water and Wastewater Department has implemented Tyler Encode 10 software, which was integrated into the customer portal, and has desires to improve services including processing of credit cards, e-check, and ACH payments be made to the tax receiver's office through the customer portal. And whereas Water and Wastewater has recommended that the town board engage the use of Open Edge services and recommends that the town board enter into an agreement with them. And whereas the agreement being reviewed and approved by the town attorney, now therefore be resolved, the supervisors hereby authorized on behalf of the town board and the Town of Plattsburgh to sign the agreements to complete the Open Edge application process. And it is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the Water and Wastewater Department Director, Receiver of Taxes, and Town Finance Manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Please, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Caustic, is there any discussion? Seeing none, yes.
Yeah, just one thing, Jim, we're protected well enough, you think, like with
Yeah,
cybersecurity, et cetera?
Right, yeah, what it was, there was a number of things that, they had to make changes in the contract.
Okay.
And one, they had some of these kind of, I think there's some indemnification that we got sorted out. The other thing was if there was to be any, say, battle between the town and this company, they wanted arbitration, but they wanted the arbitration in Atlanta, Georgia. So we moved to Plattsburgh, so that's a little more convenient for us. So, no, no, it's like all these standard contracts that they write everything in their favor, and you have to read them and make the changes, and changes are made, so.
Okay.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So does carry. Resolution 143, request to advertise for a new or used semi-tractor trailer for the Highway Department.
Whereas Tim Dubray, Highway Superintendent, has met with the Highway Committee to discuss his request for a solicited bid for a semi-tractor trailer with heavy specs 2004 or newer. Whereas the Highway Committee has reviewed the department's need and proposal specifications and its recommendations that they request be approved. Now therefore be resolved that the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to have an advertisement published for 5 consecutive days in the Press Republican for sealed bids with a non-conclusive bid form entitled Semi-Tractor Trailer, Heavy Specs 2004 or newer, returnable on or before September 20th, 2019 at 2 p.m. prevailing time at the Town Hall Complex, 151 Baker Road, 12901, at which time the town clerk will publicly open the bids. And it be further resolved, the specification forms for this contract may be obtained from the town clerk during regular business hours. And it be further resolved that the town board reserves the right to reject any and all bids offered. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the town clerk and highway superintendent.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
LaFave, is there a second?
Second.
Caustic, and I'm gonna provide some comment, a quick commentary. This is really a rebid process. They put,
Okay, well, I thought we did this before.
we did, we put it out, and, one of them did not meet the standards of the bid process, et cetera, et cetera. So, rather than limiting, he wants to put this back out. But the reason the resolution doesn't reflect a rebid is because it's still really in the same process. So the attachment in his letter, you'll notice he'll say, I'm requesting a town board resolution to advertise to rebid for a used semi, so on and so forth. Okay?
Thank you.
Yep. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 So does carry. Resolution 144, 3% site plan, return deposit, for a site plan in 2018.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Planning Board has reviewed and approved all requirements of Bertrand Townhouse Modification Site Plan 2018. Whereas the Planning and Community Development Department has coordinated inspections of said project and reports all requirements have been met and completed. Now therefore be resolved, the supervisors hereby authorized and directed to release the said deposit in the amount of $2,527.95 plus accrued interest to date. And to be further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be forwarded by the Planning Community Department Secretary with the return of deposit to Gary Bertrand.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Wood, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 145, salt purchase order for 2019 to 2020.
Resolved to receive and place on file a letter dated September 3rd, 2019 from Tim Dubray, Highway Superintendent, requiring permission to purchase 26,000 tons of highway road salt to be used by the town of Plattsburgh Highway Department through Clinton County in the amount of $226,122. And to be further resolved that the town board does hereby grant permission to Tim Dubray to order said salt, and the supervisors hereby authorized to sign related documents required to said purchase of salt. And to be further resolved, the payment for said purchase be made payable through the 2018-2019 highway budget account, as so noted, and that a resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and highway superintendent.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood, is there a second?
Second.
Costick, any discussion?
Yeah, this is, according to the letter here, from Tim, this is a 10% increase from last year, and it went up substantially last year, so the cost of keeping our roads, clear, with salt is, rather expensive.
It is.
You're getting more salt.
Any further?
It's 2,600 tons.
Thank you. Anything more? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so does carry. And, Tim is actually coming in tomorrow, because they're still on their 4 days, so they can get the salt water in. I mean, so appreciate getting that done tonight. Resolution 146, request to attend court clerk training program.
Excuse me, whereas the town of Plattsburgh Justice Court clerks are required to maintain professional training and certification. Whereas it is in the best interest of the town clerk that Sandra Perry to be received this training as soon as available. Now therefore be resolved that Sandra Perry be allowed to attend the court clerk basic training program held on September 29th through October 2nd, 2019 in Syracuse, New York. And to be further resolved that $1,032.74 for travel, lodging, and meals, and $65 for registration be charged to the court clerk department budget account. And to be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to Justice Joyce, and one be placed in Ms. Perry's personnel file.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood, is there a second?
Second.
LaFave, any discussion?
Just skip the, this is just the basic stuff, this gives her beginning.
Yep,
Well, she'll need to still go to the, annual.
yes, yep. All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
so does carry. Resolution 147, replacement of the Harney Bridge Road over Saranac River.
Whereas Clinton County will be replacing the Harney Bridge Road, which connects the town of Schuyler Falls and the town of Plattsburgh, traversing the Saranac River. And whereas Clinton County has requested that the town of Plattsburgh enter into a municipal agreement along with Clinton County, the town of Plattsburgh, and the town of Schuyler Falls relative to the replacement of the Harney Bridge Road. And whereas the town attorney, James J. Coffey, has reviewed the proposed municipal agreement, and in his judgment, it is appropriate, beneficial for the town to enter into said agreement. Now therefore be resolved that the supervisor, Michael S. Cashman, be authorized to sign this enter into said agreement and sign all related associated documents with this agreement. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the Clinton County Highway Supervisor, Carl Weiss, Tim Dubray, Town of Plattsburgh Highway Superintendent, Scott Stoddard, Water and Wastewater Director, for their files.
Is there a motion? Fave, is there a second?
Second,
Costick, any discussion?
long
Yep.
overdue.
Yes.
This is, according to what I understand from the contract, there's no liability to us and there's no cost to us. And the only thing that we would possibly not be giving over is the easement for that particular work area, and that's only temporary.
Correct. And I want to thank Jim. This is one of those things where when you do intermunicipal stuff, sometimes government works at glacial speed. And it's been going back and forth, but Jim really made sure to get the documents buttoned down, so thank you to that. And I would echo Chuck's comments. I think all of us are looking forward to having this bridge worked on. It's been long overdue. So, all right. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. So does carry. Resolution 148, request to attend the New York Upstate Chapter APA Conference.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Planning and Community Development Departments are required to maintain professional training and development. And whereas it is in the best interest of the town Planning and Community Development Department to update technical knowledge, new regulation and information regarding comprehensive planning, complete streets, solar energy, subdivision, site plan reviews. And now therefore be resolved that Trevor Cole be allowed to attend the APA annual conference held on October 2nd through the 4th, 2019 in Rochester, New York. And it be further resolved that $344 for lodging and meals and $300 for registration be charged to the planning department budget account, as so noted. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and planning department head.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood, is there a second?
Second,
Costick, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. I know that there's gonna be a motion on the table to go into an executive session. Before I do that, I just wanna touch on three quick things. We are in a short week this week because of Labor Day, and I just wanna give a shout out to our workforce here. Every single day they come forward and they try to do a better job than the day before. And it's remarkable the type of work that is achieved through the team efforts here. I know that we all see it, and I just wanted to thank them in particular. In this week, it was a short week, and you would think it was a full-on week the way that they just rolled up their sleeves and got right back into things, so thank you to them. Jim and I, along with Steve, have been trying to button down some of the telecommunications resolutions work for the public hearing that we had last week. I was gonna potentially propose it tonight. It will likely be on our agenda next week, so just a heads up. And then finally, a shout out to a number of people, because we're in that zone finally. That's really exciting, that the Battlefield Memorial Gateway, the DASNY grants and all this type of stuff. So we're gonna have seekers and all kinds of stuff over the next several weeks, and I know Trevor sent you a memo that outlines some stuff. So just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a forecast of some of the things to expect. There's lots of activity coming on. So if you see stuff on the agenda, we're gonna be hitting pace on that. So just thank you to everybody that's been working on that. So, knowing that there's a motion to go into an executive session to discuss the work history of 5 specific employees this evening, is there a motion to that effect?
so
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Fave. Time for executive session will be 6:18. Can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Meg LeVey,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
yes.
Mike Casper.
Yes. No action to be taken. We'll go into executive session at 6:18 this evening. Thank you very much.